The Los Angeles City Council voted Tuesday to draft new rules barring homeless people from camping near schools, parks, libraries and other, sensitive, facilities, a sudden change in direction for a city struggling to address a humanitarian crisis while also restoring access to its public spaces. On a 12-3 vote, council members asked the city's lawyers to quickly draw up a law prohibiting sleeping, lying and storing possessions near a variety of public facilities, including public schools and homeless shelters. It also would bar tents and encampments from blocking sidewalks in ways that prevent wheelchairs users from traveling on them, in violation of the Federal Americans with Disabilities Act. The proposal, which is expected to face another vote on Thursday, had not been included on Tuesday's council agenda or the accompanying documents. Council members had been scheduled instead to consider another anti-camping measure, one that was drawn up in October but failed to secure council support. Backers of the new proposed ordinance described it as a humane alternative to the previous measure, saying it would limit the involvement of law enforcement, require 14 days' notice that camping is barred in a particular location and seek to have homeless people comply voluntarily. But they also argued that it would help Angelenos regain public spaces currently occupied by tents, furniture or other possessions. They want to be able to use their parks and their sidewalks and their libraries, said Councilman Paul Krekorian, who co-authored the proposal. They want to be able to go into the entrance of their business. They want to be able to know that when they pull into a parking lot, they don't have to worry about running someone over when they're going through the driveway. 3 council members, Mike Bonin, Nithya Raman and Joe Buscaino, voted against the measure. Bonin said the city remains short of the 20,000 beds it needs to shelter its homeless population and argued that the council should first be presented a map showing where sleeping and camping would still be allowed. "I don't want people living in our parks. I don't want people living in bike lanes," said Bonin, who represents coastal neighborhoods. "But if we're going to say no to that, then we need to be saying where people can go." Raman voiced similar fears. "Right now I feel like I'm making a decision on this law without the information I need to understand the impacts of this law," she said. Tuesday's vote comes as council members are working to open shelter facilities, tiny home villages and permanent housing. The lengthy discussion, and the repeated calls for urgency from council members, also reflects how potent a political issue homelessness could be in the June 2022 election.